Hello, everyone. Um, I had an interesting dream. It was a short one, but interesting enough to share nonetheless. And before that, I'd like to announce that tomorrow at 1 p.m. Pacific, I'll be on the Emily Moyer podcast, and it is not live streamed or anything like that, but um, I just wanted to announce or give a shout out to her show in general because she interviews some incredibly interesting people, and she herself is an incredibly interesting person. So I will share a link down below and just look out for whenever our show is released. And I believe we're going to discuss my dreams, and things like that. So, which is excellent for me because that's exactly what I've been wanting to talk about with people. So, um, my birthday is in a couple of days, turning 33, and I always get depressed before my birthday because I reflect on my life, and I every year I do my own sort of life review, I suppose, and see how I did throughout the year, and try to remember as much as I could, and all the mistakes and the bad times and all the good times, I guess, which there have been some, I suppose. But yeah, it's crazy how it just goes faster and faster and faster and faster, and a day to me has no relevance anymore. It has no relevance at all. Like, a day is meaningless. Like, as soon as it starts, it's over. Doesn't matter how early I wake up or how late I go to bed. It's still like over in the blink of an eye. So I don't understand how anyone gets anything done in today's world, because it seems like there's never enough time for anything. Anyway, I'm getting off on a tangent here. Here's the dream. So I'm driving in these vans with a group of people, um, and it looks like a caravan of a number of these vans going down a narrow dirt track, and the countryside around me is incredibly reminiscent of the English countryside of when I've been there, and I've been to the English countryside, so I know what it looks like. And it's very green and lush, and there's lots of sheep, and there's these walls, like they have these there's a lot of walls on the sides of the roads, and to kind of as a barrier between the farms and such. And we're driving down this narrow road, and we're all dressed in black for some reason. And it almost looked like a mourning funeral type setting, but the strange part is that towards the end, it wasn't like that. But as we're going, we notice a flood come in, and the flood was gradual, and it kept flooding the roadway and the walls. We started to look at the walls, and we started to see the water level on the walls increase more and more, and it reached the point to where we had to get out of the vans, and we were almost drowning, but we were barely clinging on to the walls, like it was reaching up to our necks, the water. And we were struggling, and we were walking and walking forever and ever until we finally hit this green pasture, this open space. And this wasn't any open space. This was a very specific place that I know very well. And one of the greatest memories of my whole life was when I was only 4 or 5 years old. Um, when we moved to the US, we went to this church. It was a Baptist church, and really good pastor who has since passed away. Very, very truly godly man, and a truly godly church. And I say that because there aren't many churches that have God in them anymore. Everything is dead. We are in the land of the living dead, walking amongst the dead. And but back then there was still a little bit of life in some things. And I remember as a child sensing this powerful, powerful glory of God in that church. And we went, and my dad and my mom, they went to get a baptism in this lake. And they were all dressed in these like white robes. And it was just so glorious. It was so beautiful. I just remember how peaceful it was and how amazing it was to be there and to see this happen. And this was the same place that that we ended up at the end of the dream. So after being in the flood, we ended up there in that peaceful place, and we made it.